After over 30 solo cruises, it's my first solo cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line, and I am sailing on the NCL Breakaway. It's a 4-day sailing to Nassau and Norwegian's private island, Great Stirrups Cay, but I'm not sailing for the itinerary. I'm sailing to try out one of NCL's newly added solo cabin options and to try out their solo cruisers program. Is it really the best for solo cruisers? Let's find out.
I will tell you one thing that I don't like. They have the first solo meetup at 5, and that is at the same time as the sail away. So I have no idea why they thought that was a good idea. So you have to choose either the sail away party on the upper deck or the solos. I am going to try the solo get together to see how that is. So I'm trying to be the ultimate solo cruiser. So normally this is something I wouldn't do like a solo meetup, but I do want to see what the experience is like and to also share it with you. I'll be here for the solo meetup. I'm going to sacrifice the sail away party and come to the solo meetup to check it out.
Now, NCL is said to be one of the best cruise lines for solo cruisers, so I'm here to find out for myself. Now, beforehand, I did a video on pricing for NCL solo cabins, comparing them to double occupancy and other cruise lines without solo cabins, and well, I wasn't impressed. So for me, I already know that pricing will not be a special draw to this cruise line for me. But is it possible that their solo cruiser program is so fantastic that it would make this worth the near double occupancy price of their solo cabin? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. So I came a little bit late to the solo meetup, and they had something waiting for all of us latecomers, and no, I wasn't the only one. When you walked through the door, the whole room shouted, "Hey!" It was a fun way to get started. There were about 30 of us, and they were trying to see who could remember the most names. I'm bad at remembering names, so I didn't mind catching the tail end of this one. It lasted for about an hour, and then one of the other solo cruisers I sat next to, Lori, joined me at the bar for a drink where we chatted and talked about what we were going to do next. And at the Atrium Bar, this is where I met my man John. John became my absolute favorite person to hang out with on the ship. He kept me laughing, and once he found out that I didn't like really sweet drinks, anything I ordered he made absolutely perfect. But this is not about John, this is about the solo cruiser program. Now, I didn't film a lot of our daily activities because I was trying to be respectful, but I should have asked because I found out at the end of the cruise that there were quite a few cruisers who would have loved to have participated in my vlog. Next time, I will ask day one.
As far as the solo experience, one thing I will say for this ship, if you are looking to go solo and to meet other solo cruisers, I do think NCL is doing that very well. We had about 30 in our meetup group yesterday, and there's another meetup tonight. I'm going to go again to that tonight. The ladies that sat next to me at breakfast this morning, they did invite me to their table, but I explained that, I was trying to get a little bit of vlogging done. I didn't know they knew who I was or if I had a channel, but as I was getting up to go, we chatted a little bit. They told me about the events tonight. I told them that I wasn't sure about the 80s party because that's 10 o'clock at night. I plan to turn in early. But I did tell them, yes, I will be at the solo meetup again tonight, and they're going to be there as well. And one of the ladies asked, "Hey, are you a cruise vlogger?" She's one of my subscribers. So we're going to meet up tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I will say, yes, if you're looking to meet other solo cruisers, like I said, there were like at least 30 that actually came to the event. I don't know if we'll see new ones tonight. But even if you're someone like me, I'm not a buddy person where, I need to cruise with somebody or be with somebody all day long and doing events together and dinner together all of the time. But I still feel like I have the freedom to meet and talk with others. If I see others, throughout the day, I can chat, and everybody's doing their own thing. Nobody's offended. And I do see some of the other solo cruisers connecting and doing things together. I think this is a great way to sail solo for the first time and especially if you are looking to connect with others. And the age range in our meetup, if I had to guess, I would say like mid-30s to maybe low 60s. So it was quite a range, and you did see a large group of the solos meeting up and hanging out together. There was a wide age range, like if you're in your upper 30s or 40s or 50s, you had somebody that you could potentially connect with for the cruise, at least on this sailing.
The second day was a sea day, and during the day, I did my own solo thing. I walked the track to get my steps in, and after my nap activity, I took in the happenings around the ship, which seemed to be the same as any other cruise ship and cruise lines, with the trivia and the game shows like Deal or No Deal, which I first saw on Carnival ships. So nothing really stood out to me. Now, I'm focusing on the Solo Cruiser program in this vlog, but in upcoming vlogs, I will share my day-to-day first NCL experience and my thoughts about the NCL breakaway. On the evening of the second day after our solo meetup, Lori, Cassandra, and I attended a show together, and then we hung out for a bit in the atrium listening to one of the musicians. It was fun to share these events with the ladies tonight, but would this continue? I've been having such a good time with the other solos, but it dawned on me that I really haven't hung out in the solo studio lounge too much. So I thought I'd stop by this morning to see if anyone else was there and exactly what went on there. I didn't know if there were ever events there or not. There was one other solo there when I arrived, and the dirty coffee cups told me that other solos at least stopped by. Later, I asked our solo lead, and she said no other events were held in the lounge, which made sense because with 30 solos on this sailing, the space might have been a little uncomfortable. But online, I saw instances where others said that there were events in the solo lounge on their sailing. So I'm not sure if it depends on the ship or the size of the solo gathering or what. If you sailed NCL as a solo and participated in events in the solo lounge, drop a comment and let us know.
Ready for one more fun day.
Oh yeah?
Let's see, what are we gonna get? Let's get a double espresso, regular. There we go. Got a double espresso
From the machine, and I talked to one of the ladies that was here, and she said as far as she knows they haven't had events here, so this appears to be just a lounge area for people to come in and get refreshments and drinks, but no events actually happen here. So now I don't know if that's the case on all NCL ships, but regardless, this is a great space to come and like decompress from the crowd, because every time I've come here there's hardly anybody here. So this is a great, quiet space.
Time to spend the day at Great Stirrup Cay.
to meet the solos for dinner at the Manhattan.
There were 30 of us who signed up for this final dinner on the last night, but a large group of them had dined together the previous night. This was okay with me because I prefer smaller crowds, and I absolutely enjoyed being able to engage with every single person at this table.
When I'm with Prince and Bishop, the times there's fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're NBC, right? Okay.
And I have my online stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
Gotta look up both of y'all when we get back.
All right. Oh, so what's your name?
My name's David.
David?
My friends call me PD, and the folks online call me PD, and I go to SpeakWheel.com. That's where you see a bunch of my nonsense, I guess, my editorial nonsense.
I can't wait to see it.
And you?
I'm Catherine King.
Catherine? Okay.
a great time, and if you're cruising solo and want to meet others on a ship, I highly recommend sailing NCL and participating in the solo cruiser meetups. But I wonder if others felt the same. Let's find out.
All right. So it is the last day, and we just had dinner, a solo dinner, in the Manhattan room. What is it called?
Manhattan room.
Okay, Manhattan room or something. So this is one of my fellow solo cruisers here on the NCL breakaway, but she is an experienced NCL cruiser. So I wanted to chat with her to talk about, first of all, introduce yourself, tell them your name, and then I also want you to tell them about, your business as well.
Okay.
So,
Hello, I'm Dr. Cassandra Allen Holyfield. Wisdom Principle is my consulting agency. Love sailing with Norwegian and other places.
Okay, so now you had experience sailing with Norwegian. What other ships have you sailed before?
Carnival, Norwegian, MSC, but Norwegian the most.
Okay, so Norwegian, would you say that's your favorite?
Yes.
Okay, why?
I absolutely love the ambiance of Norwegian. I love the food. I love the structure. There's always something to do. When I started traveling alone, I never felt like I was a solo cruiser. And first and foremost, I absolutely love the thermal suite.
Okay. So I'm gonna take these one at a time. Now first, so when you first started cruising alone, when did you start cruising alone? How long have you been solo cruising?
About 2 or 3 years, I guess.
Okay.
But I did a lot of them behind each other.
Okay. So every time you cruise NCL, were you a part of the solo cruiser program? Do you stay in studio cabins or meet up or what?
So I think this is my between 5 and 7. I forget how many cruises with Norwegian. I always get a balcony suite. This is my first time actually being an official solo cruiser, but that's because I found out that they have the solo balcony.
Okay.
I haven't been able to make up my mind yet to stay in the solo cabins that seem beautiful based on the pictures, but when they started offering the solo balconies, I had to do it.
So that solo studio, was it the size that was, kind of turning you off a little bit? Because I know there's smaller cabins.
I think more than anything, I'm not really sure it's only the size, but I really want to decompress when I go on a cruise, and I really want to see the water.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Right.
That's what I love about cruising, actually being able to see the water, the sunrises and the sunsets. Even if I get a balcony, I like going onto the open decks, because it's like you can see more of the sky to me. So, So is this the first time you participated in the solo program, the meetups and everything?
It is. This time I felt like, even though I've traveled as a solo cruiser in the past, when I actually saw the solo program in the actual write-up, I was like, I'm gonna do that this time. Okay. So I actually did it, and I've absolutely loved it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, even though you sailed solo by yourself before, but doing the solo program, you loved it. So, wow.
I think because I still get to be independent on my own whenever I want to be.
Okay.
But if I really wanted to meet other people that were traveling alone, I had the option of meeting up and we doing stuff together. And it's been amazing because I think everybody has been relatively independent and it hasn't been overbearing. You know what I mean? So it's been a good thing.
All right. So it sounds like you're like me. Like, I love meeting people on the ship, but so you don't need somebody, you're not looking to solo cruise to meet somebody to be with them every day and schedule activities, together through.
No, ma'am. No. When I'm on vacation, I don't want to schedule. I just want to exist and be free. And if I want to meet people and be with people, I can be, but I don't like to be on a regimented agenda.
Okay. No. All right. So, let's say there's somebody out there who wants a solo cruise. They're afraid. They're, nervous. They're 35. They're 60. What would you say to them?
I'd say do it. Life is worth living, and one of the things that made me start doing solo cruising in the first place is asking people to go who always see your pictures and your experiences, and they want to do it, and you invite them, and nobody has really planned to do it. So I am no longer, I'm at the age where I'm no longer going to put myself on the back burner waiting on somebody else. So I just decided I'm going to do this. And I love it.
All right. So as far as like meeting people in our solo group, did you feel like you, well, I'm asking this question and we're sitting here now, but did you feel like you could meet somebody in your age group, somebody that you could connect with and talk to?
I absolutely am surprised, but pleasantly surprised that when I decided to meet up with the solo group, I anticipated that it was going to be a much younger group, but it's such a diverse age group, and it has been amazing. So I was able to meet people in my age group and maturity level and that sort of thing. So it's been great. It's been wonderful.
So now you have your business. I want to talk a little bit about that. You know, what your business is all about.
Well, I've been in special education and mental health for the last 30 years. And so several years ago, I think back in 2004-ish, I was going through a transition. I had just gotten a new promotion, and the company started thinking they were going to do something funky. And so because behavior and mental health is my thing, I decided why not venture out on my own and start my own educational consulting business for special education, behavior, mental health, that sort of thing. So I do a lot of consulting and training of school districts and individual consultants as well.
Oh, that sounds great. So where can they connect with you then?
I have a Facebook page that I really have been using more for personal, but it's Wisdom Principle. WISDOM. Principal PLE. So yes. And on LinkedIn as well.
Okay, great. I just thought of one last question that I forgot to ask about the solo program. How often did you visit the studio lounge?
Never. I have never visited the studio lounge.
I went the first day and I filmed it and everything, and then I didn't go the second day. I went back, was it this morning? Yeah, this morning for espresso. And I was mad at myself for not going every day because they have an espresso machine, and I could, instead of going over to Starbucks because it was good, I could have just gone there every morning for an espresso. So the next time, if you ever do this again, you need to check out the studio.
Oh, wow. This is the last day. Had I known, I would have done it.
Yeah, it's only 4 days, but we know for next time. You know, that's a benefit of cruising. A ship for the first time, or even a cruise line for the first time. You find out, there's going to be a lot of things that you find out that you apply to the next sailing. So what's up to you? Any last words that you want to say, or anything you want to share?
When in doubt and you are thinking about you want to cruise and you have nobody to do it with, just do it. Just say yes, book your cruise. You will love it. One of the things that I've really figured out with my 5 to 7 times, I don't really remember exactly, is I have met more people sailing alone than I do when I come with friends or ex-husbands.
Ex-husbands? Okay. Oh, all right.
It's been great. Life is good.
Yes. I agree. Life is good, and you can't waste it, waiting for somebody else. Take the cruise, book the cruise.
Book the cruise, do it. You'll love it.
All right. Well, thank you. So I am so honored that, I'm always hesitant about, putting a camera in people's faces. So I really appreciate that you wanted to come on and share your thoughts about the solo cruising and about, NCL and the solo cruising program. So I really appreciate it. So.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I love it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.